Well, hello. My name is Ollie. I'm 29 years old. I live in London. I'm a pianist, guitarist, vocalist, musician, artist type. I just wanted to jump on camera very quickly to say hello and to kind of introduce and try something new. So my day to day is I'm behind the camera and I help people kind of find their voice, find their message to talk to people. I do this quite often. I do it for brands, I do it for products, I do it for artists, and I help them find their voice. And I've never done it for myself, me being in front of a camera, me communicating in this way. I've always done it in person or when I'm on stage playing piano or guitar or whatever it may be. But I've never really talked personally about who I am or what I do or how I help people or any of that. Who I was many years ago was someone who was quite lost. I was very sad, very depressed, I don't know what the true word is. I wasn't surviving on the best level. I was not the guy you looked at for the answers, for help, for anything. I was the guy that you walked by on the street and went, Jesus Christ, he's not doing well. I was always the person coming to people for help. It wasn't the other way around. In my younger years, I was addicted to drugs. I was an alcoholic. I came from not the nicest of family situations. I love my mum, I love my dad, but it was very tough growing up. And I certainly took a lot of that anger and that lot of confusion with me into my adult life. I had a very, very, very hard time. I had such a realization that I have no idea what I'm doing. It got very bad in the year 2017. I was out at bars every day, I was drinking a lot. I wasn't the most ethical person when it came to relationships. Definitely didn't take care of myself, and there was definitely a lot of dark days. I realized on my birthday though, which is New Year's Eve, that something had to change. Something really had to change. I was in a certain situation where it gave me the real perspective of how my life was going, and I was not happy. I woke up the next day, January 1st, 2018, with the feeling and the thought and the conviction to say, I need to do something right now. That day, I quit smoking cigarettes, I quit drinking, I quit a lot of things. I stopped hanging around with the people that were there for the good time, for the party, for making me continue going down this rabbit hole of depression. And I started looking for answers. I looked at friends and family and people who were doing well. Luckily enough, I did find that. I was put on a path which allowed me to grow, which allowed me to focus on improving myself and finding the voice that I always had but never could communicate. And I've kind of been on this journey this year on educating and improving my life and improving my skill set. I've now worked with several people, with several brands on creating content, just working with artists to kind of find their voice, to find, who they are and to develop who they are. I want to share a win that I've had very recently in the last couple of weeks, and it's to do with communication. Once upon a time, I was terrible at communicating. I felt like I didn't have a voice. Any origination that I had always had this thing saying, no one's gonna like it. Nobody's gonna like you. Why are you gonna say that? That's gonna offend people. No, that's wrong. I always had this thought in the back of my mind, so I never acted. I never communicated. And if someone asked me to do something, I'd just go, okay. I didn't really communicate no, I don't want to do that. No, this isn't it. Almost from a point that I didn't feel able to do that. I feel for the first time in my life that I'm able to originate a communication and communicate exactly what I'm thinking. From where I was to where I am now, it's been a huge difference. And the reason that I'm telling you this, the reason for this whole video, is to kind of say that it doesn't matter where you are. If you're at the lowest of lows, depressed, on drugs, drinking a lot, feel like nobody cares, nobody's listening. What I can say is, nothing's impossible. human beings have this amazing ability to change who they are. You have this great mind which can solve problems and can find the answers. And sometimes we forget this. Sometimes it's so evident that people have lost their way, sometimes think that there's no way back. Now, I'm not someone who likes invalidating, but when an idea is, I shouldn't communicate, I shouldn't feel like I am important, then that makes me incredibly sad, because from what I've experienced over the last few years, I know that there are answers. Everybody has this ability to improve themselves, to make the life that they actually want. I just want to get on video and start talking. As I go along my journey and learn new things and experience new things, I want to share them. And I don't want to just share them like, oh my god, look at me. I want you to have those wins too. My purpose in life is to help people. If this video goes to someone and they see it for the first time and it only hits one person, then I know that this was worthwhile. So my name's been Ollie. It's been lovely talking to you, and I'm gonna definitely be seeing you again. Okay, bye.